Ford City. So we were in Ford City for 2015 until this year. So we just opened up this location 3 months ago. And so we're really grateful to do that, but we do a variety of things for authors. We have monthly network meetings, and the sole purpose of the network meetings are to help authors to strengthen their ability to market, promote, and sell their books. And so we do those every fourth Friday of the month, and you can join in either in person or via conference call. We also are working on the upcoming awards gala, and that is going to be a literary night of celebration where we are promoting and we are encouraging in authors. So there'll be different indie authors that we're celebrating on that night, as well as winners of the 2017 book awards. And so that is scheduled for Thursday, August 24th, from 6 to 8 p.m. at the Croc Center in Chicago, 1250 West 119th Street.
And I heard you were going to have a host at
that. You want me to tell you about it?
Yeah, can you tell? It's a man. It's a man.
It's somebody I know. I've been friends with for a minute. Network, collaborated, done joint. Mr. Unstoppable himself, Lethbridge, is going to be the co-host of the event for that night. So we are so gracious that he took the invitation to co-host that event. So I will be hosting some. He'll co-host the latter part. We also have red carpet hosts, where it's going to be a nice game where you can wear cocktail dresses or whatever you want to wear. So you guys are all invited. The tickets are only $25, but this is one of the greatest hosts that we all can.
Yes,
right?
it is.
So he's definitely there. I'm going to put it back into
Well, before we let you go, and I am humbled that you did offer that ability to me to co-host such a wonderful event. This lady has been doing great things as an independent Black African-American bookstore owner for years. And it's not just a bookstore. It says APS Books and More. Yes. And she puts the emphasis on the more. And you've got to come out to her location at 2653 South Lawndale, because it's not just a bookstore. We're in the back room right now where authors can get exposure for their books, where authors can do workshops, where organizations can come in and do networking. And there is even another room here at APS Books and More for the children, for literary workshops, where they can do homework exercises during the school year. So this is more than just your independent bookstore. This is so much more, and she is doing so much more. And we honor you during this time for what you're doing with APS bookstores and what you allow us to do as independent authors. Let's give her another round.
Thank you, Khalil. Thank you very much.
So tell them one more time, the awards gala is when?
Yes, so Thursday, August 24th. Please save the date. You guys will be seeing me go crazy on Facebook. You got all types of ads coming on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn. It's everywhere. Thursday, August 24th, 6 to 8 p.m. Croc Center, 1250 West 119th Street in Chicago, hosted by myself along with Terrence, Mr. Unstoppable Lethbridge. We have music guests, Tierra Brockman, and red carpet host Alice Boswell of Just Me Magazine, and Walter Jones from the Sir Walter Jones Show with Urban Broadcast Media. So mark your calendars and save the date. The tickets are only $25, and they are available via Eventbrite, Facebook, my website, www.weareaps.com. That's WEAREAPS.com. Or you can see me in person and get your physical tickets.
Definitely.
Thank you guys.
All right. Yes. Thank you, Khalil.
Yes. If you're watching this live on Facebook, you will have that information on my personal Facebook page, as well as you can go to weareaps.com. Weareaps.com. But we're going to get back to what we're here for, the Mother of the Bride Stuff Happens presentation. Let's bring back up to the stage our authoress of the day, Miss Brenda Tucker.
Thank you.
So, Brenda.
Yes, Terrence.
Man. A little different than the other lunch, huh?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
So you better every time.
And you know what? The original title of the book was Mother of the Bride. But for the relaunch, you said stuff happens.
Yes.
Because stuff happens when you're thinking about getting married. A lot of things happen after you get on that one knee, or in your case, your husband got on his one knee, or in your daughter's case, who's the subject of the book, externally speaking.
Yes.
After they propose, stuff happens.
It does.
And a lot of times, people don't talk about it. So let's talk to you about what made you decide to not only just talk about what happened in your own experiences, but now want to share it as Brenda Tucker-Jeffries, the wedding strategist.
Gotcha. Well, it took me a while after my daughter got married in 2014 to decide to write this book. But as things were building up inside of me about what actually took place that should not have taken place, I had to get it out. So I started writing, just writing, getting up at night because I couldn't sleep. I had to get it out of me, started writing. And the pages turned into little chapters, and the chapters turned into a book. And then I said, well, these lessons I really need to share with people, because I know I'm not the only one that's gone through this. My daughter, myself, and her husband-to-be, we did all the planning that we could possibly do. We thought we had it all together up until the day of, and then stuff started happening.
Yes.
And the stuff that happened was such that I didn't want it to affect their day. I wanted her to have the wedding of her dreams, which she definitely needed to have. So I had to take on a lot of those things myself and fix them as they were happening. Some of them I could fix then and there. Others were fixable only afterwards because, like the photography, you don't get a chance to even see those pictures until sometimes afterwards. 6 weeks after.
Yeah.
So you think you're going to get some great pictures and something happens and the filter isn't right, there are raindrops on the lens. And so I decided I needed to put those lessons in a book and share them with everyone that was interested, mothers, brides, parents, who have you, because no one should have to go through that and almost ruin a perfect day.
Yes, and we've got the actual bride here in the room. She's a little shy. She won't come on camera. Maybe we'll put her picture up during the course of this interview. But because of the fact that you went through this, you could have just wrote about what happened and just called it a day.
Mm-hmm.
But no, you've taken it an extra step. You've gone to a different level, and now you're Brenda Tucker-Jeffries, the wedding strategist.
That's true.
Tell our audience here at APS Bookstore and watching us live on Facebook, what is a wedding strategist?
Actually, a wedding strategist is not what most people think it is. In fact, for those of you in the audience, I would like for you to take that card that's in your seat and write on it what you think a wedding strategist is. Even though I'm going to tell you, because we actually came up with that term, my coach and we were throwing around some things, and all of a sudden he said, you know what, wedding strategist, I think, really defines what it is you're trying to do. And I thought about it for a minute, and of course he was right, but I still had to think about it. I couldn't just say, yeah, you're right. I had to just, put it to the side for a little bit.
Let it marinate.
Let it marinate.
Yeah.
And once it marinated, I said, he's absolutely right, because what I'm trying to do is actually non-existent. The wedding event planner is a different type of professional in the wedding industry, and so is the day of coordinator. They already exist. And I've learned that the wedding event planner actually comes into play generally when the bride and groom-to-be have decided they're going to do all the stuff themselves. They're gung-ho, they're ready to take it all on, and then somewhere in between the middle of the time that they got engaged and the date that they set for the wedding, they've come to the conclusion that this is really too much for them to do, because they're still working, they got all these other activities that they need to be involved in, and so they need some help. That's generally when the wedding planner comes into play. The wedding planner, there are two types. One actually works for the venue, meaning the church or the reception, and one actually works directly for the bride and the groom. We didn't know that. We didn't think we needed it.
Right.
so we didn't hire a wedding event planner. The day of coordinator actually comes into play much later in the process, generally maybe 6 weeks before the wedding, when most of the work has already been done, and they're going to be responsible for making sure that the wedding day events happen in accordance with the wishes of the bride and groom. The wedding strategist actually fills the gap. The gap is beginning at the beginning of the planning process. Once the engagement has been set, that's when the wedding strategist comes into play, because she's going to be working basically with a mother of the bride, somebody that got left out of the equation. It should not have been left out of the equation, because most mothers really want to be involved. They just don't know how to go about telling or asking if they haven't been already asked by the bride and groom. Luckily, I was asked. I didn't have to like bogart my way in there. So the wedding strategist is a new term that most people are not familiar with, and it doesn't just stop once the engagement starts and you plan the engagement party. You move on, you help with the wedding shopping for the bridesmaids' dresses and things of that sort. It actually goes all the way through to the end, and even afterwards, when you run into problems that need to be addressed, even after the wedding is over, because that does happen.
I love it.
Unfortunately.
And you said something that was real key, and I don't want you to escape past that.
Okay.
Many times after you propose to your bride or and you decide that you're going to do this, the next question never gets answered. And what's that next question? Who's going to pay for this? Who is going to pay for this? And that's when the reality of what you just did comes into play. How are we going to pay for this?
That's
And many
a good question.
times, and in your experience, you found out